Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second broadcast today on Monday, September 17th. And this is a very special one because on Wednesday we'll be talking with some artists who are participating in ARTmageddon LA. And now this is Diana, who was one of the
Hello.
brainchildren. This is her brainchild. So if you can you just give us a little introduction to why you wanted to begin ARTmageddon?
Sure. I am an artist and also a marketing director for Red Cat. And over the years, I hear a lot about, a lot of questions, and people ask for help with how to market stuff. And when CARmageddon 1 hit and everybody was paying attention to it, and then we heard that CARmageddon 2 was coming around, it was like, how can we take all of that attention and focus it on the arts and invite people in to go explore venues that they might not have ever before. And so that was the basic premise, was this idea of using CARmageddon 2 as an excuse to celebrate all the great art that's already happening in Los Angeles and kind of direct people's attention to it. And since people are being asked not to jump on freeways or major roads, why not invite them to walk, bike, and metro to all the great venues that are within striking distance without a car?
Cool. And I know it was interesting yesterday. I had invited some librarians to the show that I'm working on, and they specifically said, it's so hard to really know what to go to besides the larger theaters because there's so much going around. So what else how do you feel, or how has it been working so far that with ARTmageddon in terms of bringing more attention to the different communities, and how have you set up the website and just kind of the process?
Well, I think one of the important things is that LA is so huge that when you're like, I'm doing a show or I'm putting up an exhibition, you're like sending something out there into the ether, and who knows who's going to show up. I mean, it's as a marketing person, I really try to focus on exactly who I'm targeting for that show and how to reach them. And one of the things that I try to do, but kind of fall short on myself, is inviting our neighbors.
Yeah.
I ran a theater in the middle of Hollywood a couple years ago, and it was kind of surprising. We did invite people who ran stores around the area in, but we didn't necessarily make a push to the people who lived just up the street. And now I kind of look back at that as like a missed opportunity. And now I'm here at Red Cat and we're downtown. And so reaching out to downtown residents is actually really important because people are looking for stuff to do that they don't necessarily have to drive across town to. So creating an easy way to connect artists with their neighbors and a good excuse to connect artists with their neighbors was kind of why ARTmageddon came about, and really prompted the way in which we looked at this kind of citywide art party or citywide arts advocacy campaign. And so we knew it was important on the website to make it easy for people to find stuff right around the corner from them. And luckily, I have an amazing web developer named Greg Coates, and he, using Google, was able to create these maps that took the listings that were pulled from Experience LA and literally showed you a Google map. You know how in Google sometimes you can type in like pizza and it'll pop up with the 5 pizza joints around you? Well, literally, this site does that. So you jump on this Google map and you find where you are, and you can kind of see all these little great triangles and click around on them, and it opens up into saying, oh, this is this event at this place. And then you click here for more information if you're interested. So
Is it under all listings? Where's the map?
that's actually on the homepage. It's actually embedded right when you open it up. It's also, we have a tab called Find Art Near You, and that has, I think she's pulled it up right there. That also has things by neighborhood, and those were designated by Experience LA, which is an existing listing site, which is kind of making this possible. I think something unique about this endeavor is that we knew it was going to like come together really quickly and kind of in some ways evaporate really quickly as well. So we didn't want to build things for a one-off event. We kind of wanted to build on existing structures, and Experience LA is one of those partners who already lists things by neighborhood. And their site is operational. It doesn't have as cool of a Google map, and I hope that they'll maybe look into building something like this. But basically, we pulled from all of their listings, and I'm hoping that some of the venues will keep listing with them long after this kind of fades away, because that site is still there. What else? So yeah, so there on Find Art Near You, you'll find the different neighborhoods. So it'll say Hollywood or downtown Los Angeles or, you know, up in the San Fernando Valley. It's kind of incredible because there are little orange triangles all the way from Santa Barbara to San Diego.
I know, I'm hoping that the Hangout catches up because I have it on the map right now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The map's on the homepage, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to explore, and I've actually been just poking around, kind of admiring it. Yeah, I got to give a shout out to our design and development team. So Jessica Fleischman over at Still Room has done all of our design, and Greg Coates implemented that and built that site. So,
and what have been some of the common questions that you've gotten from either artists or just anybody about ARTmageddon?
How do I get involved? It's actually been really exciting to watch as so many people are excited about pulling the focus off of CARmageddon and turning it into something focused on the arts. This endeavor is very much a labor of love, and our team is a team of volunteers who really care about the arts and want you know, the people out here who are hopefully listening to this to go see work all over the city. So because this idea is so all-inclusive of let's promote just arts patronage across the city, people are jumping at the chance to help. To not only say, hey, here's my art, but also to go, hey, we're a part of this thing. If you're not on my side of town, here's listings for everything that's going on over there. And that's been inspiring to me to watch as all of Los Angeles is working together, everywhere from like Bootleg Theater to actually LACMA was emailing us last week, to like a little studio of 6 artists who are going to jump on board and open up their studio space to people to come in and watch them work. So it's really exciting. So I think the biggest question is, how do we get involved? To that we set them up in our infrastructure and add them to our internal communications. But it's really because of the individuals participating and working on this that it's growing as much as it is.
I love that people are just opening up their studios. I think that's a really great way to participate, even if you don't have an event so much. Because that was something, I'm sure you and I have talked about this, like just having a one-off event is so difficult then to still build the audience. So it's nice. I really like the sustainability that you've built into it.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a quick view of the map.
Cool.
That's awesome. That's in on the home page. Just if you scroll down just a little bit.
Will you click on something so they can see how it pops up?
Yeah, let's see.
Hollywood
tour. Oh, nice.
Los Angeles sightseeing. Awesome. Yeah, there's everything on there. There's everything from photography exhibitions to sightseeing to plays to dance performances. So it's nice. It's very comprehensive. What do we got there?
Who Shot Rock and Roll? A photographic history.
Yep.
Oh, that's at the Annenberg space. Okay, I've never been to the Annenberg space for photography, so that's cool. LA loves Alex's Lemonade. There's everything. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been nice because it's just one of those things where it's just about celebrating all the art that's already happening.
Great, and I'm gonna see if the Hangout can keep up with this and just click on Get Involved. If you can just quickly take us through the steps of what it takes or the different ways, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. I can't see the page, so I'm going to pull it up on hopefully my browser.
Well, I can talk about spread the word really quick, which is
Oh, please do.
the first one. Really, because Diana asked me to be one of the people involved in the social media, and that's been just so much fun to see how these conceptions, how these ideas really translate to the platforms that we have involved. And one of them's Twitter, which, if you know me, you know I love. So
And
we've
it's
been
blowing
working.
up.
Yeah, it's been really easy in a lot of ways because CARmageddon is such a topic. So just keeping that search up and then seeing how people are interested. And it's at ARTmageddonLA.
Hmm.
On Facebook, I'm just starting to beef up having a photo album of all the logos
Oh,
and
great.
um, just trying to get all the information of the different artists that are involved. It'll take a little while, but it's getting there. And the easiest way to bring it to my attention is to tag ARTmageddon LA on Facebook, and
Yeah.
then you get up there faster. And then how about share your art? Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Basically, when we had this idea and we were like, oh, CARmageddon II, uh, you start bouncing around crazy, crazy ideas, and one of them was like, okay, let's all do art about cars, or let's throw a festival, or, and it was the kind of ideas that were awesome, but kind of, we wanted, we basically stepped back and were like, okay, what's possible with
Right.
the tools that we have? And also, if we really want to put the focus on what's happening and how dynamic this artistic community is and how huge and just inspiring it can be, why not just point to what's already going on that weekend? And so we put out this massive call for participation. Lynn Cowan and Camille Shankin have been at the heart of that call for participation, and we're just throwing it out there in every corner we can get to. And so far, over 100 organizations have jumped on and are all listing through Experience LA to get up on our site, and also helping. So it's interesting because some of those organizations didn't have events before we sent out the call for participation. Some did. Some were already planning stuff for this weekend. But like my friend Brenda Varda over at WordSpace, she's had this dream of having a Buto cross across the park, the new park at the Silver Lake Reservoir. I think it's called the Meadow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And so this was the perfect opportunity for her to go, wait, that idea that I keep talking about, why didn't I just do it?
Yeah.
And so she's doing it, and she's got like a team of, I think she's planning on having like 100 people covered in powder, like flour, and slowly crossing in a Buto fashion across this meadow, starting at 9 a.m., I believe, on Sunday the 30th. So that's something you can get out and go experience. The other thing I love about stuff like that is activating unusual spaces and kind of this idea of bringing art into the street, not necessarily making our neighbors go into our venues all the time, but actually meeting them where they're at. There's always people at the Meadow, so hopefully some people will be pleasantly surprised when they find 100 people in powder crossing across there. I know that for myself, I'm a theater artist, but I don't have anything planned that weekend, and I believe it's just going to be me and my boyfriend grabbing a guitar and going to the corner and playing a couple songs for just the people who are hanging out in that area in Echo Park. So yeah, it's been really incredible watching people want to like share their art, and also watching people gather together to do so, because there's a lot of individual artists out there who reached out to us going, I am an actor, I'm a photographer, but I don't have any place to show, or and we kind of turned around and said, okay, there's more of you out there, like work together and create things. And they are, and they're building events and kind of creating their own little art parties, even if it's in their own backyard, so, or at a venue nearby that they've just reached out to. So I think that's share your art. What else do we have? Oh, lend us a hand for getting involved. Yep. there's a whole team of us behind the scenes making this stuff happen, but we could always use another pair of hands, especially just helping us get the word out. What Cindy was saying earlier about just saying hey to your friends and followers on Facebook and Twitter, or just the people at the grocery market that you pass by and say, have you heard about ARTmageddon? And push them towards the website, because wherever they're at, I'm sure there's something going on that they can walk Bike or Metro to.
I know a lot of people just from hearing about it on from other blogs and stuff and sites that have listed it, and you've done an awesome job of getting it to some of the bigger media.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, they just repost something that they read about it saying, this just sounds great. Now, September 29th and 30th, I feel like I can walk somewhere, and I didn't know this was near me. So that's been really fun to see.
Yeah. I mean, even I, when we were talking about this and pitching it all around town to get like support from our partners, it was that thing of, I live in Echo Park and there's tons of small independent galleries that I haven't walked into, but I've walked by or I've driven by, and I'm really hoping that I myself, you know, start walking into these places either this weekend, or I think the cool thing about ARTmageddon is that it's an idea, which means that even if this weekend people don't venture into that gallery that they drive by every day, they might 6 months from now walk in there because the seed was planted during CARmageddon weekend. That there's this idea of staying local, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say the next thing, because it's donate, and and that is because this is all pretty much, this is all volunteer run, but there were some expenses in order to get this awesome website and just get the domain and everything, and so it's coming out of some very specific people's pockets. And not mine. I'm just volunteering. So anything you can do to help, I think donating is just an awesome way if you think this is a cool idea and really want to sustain it. Just any, like, it's like with any Kickstarter or anything that you can give will help and will allow just a little better money that will likely go back towards the arts.
It'll definitely go back towards the arts. Yeah, this thing is definitely a labor of love, and like you said, it's incurred a few costs. Being a marketing director, I of course envisioned the like $30,000 budget version, but when the time came, we didn't have time to mount this big campaign as well as fundraise, and so we said, hey, we can probably make a huge impact just with like Twitter and Facebook and word of mouth and this growing network of just partners, whether they're the artists or the community partners. I mean, I love it. What is it? Earth Arts Partnership joined us.
Oh, yeah. Theirs is less. What is their saying? But it was so close to less car, more art.
Yeah.
Less car, more
less waste, more art, or something like that. Yeah, it was great. So we've been able to, with like the like $0 marketing budget, with a few costs coming out of our own pockets, reach into the city, and it's been incredible. So yeah, if you can help us break even or do a little bit better, because I do have people, like the LA Times is offering to give us like a quarter-page ad if we could just, you know, penny together like $500, but I don't have it. But if you have it, some of these media organizations love this idea and want to help. If we can just, you know, put a few pennies together.
Yeah, or if you can get a lot of people to give $10, you know, just try to organize that. So any way you want to help is great. And again, this is September 29th and 30th during CARmageddon II, when the looming 405 will shut down. And if you're on Twitter, you can follow at ARTmageddonLA. Anytime that somebody tags CARmageddon and it seems relevant or something that we should reply to, then we will. But our hashtag is less car, more art.
Yes.
And if all you think that you can do is help spread the word, and you have a blog or you just have some sort of platform, then we have logos as well that you can just put up as your profile picture for that weekend and
Yes.
encourage people to help.
That would be awesome. We're gonna have a lot of that stuff loaded onto the website later. I think later today, if I can get around to it.
Great.
Yeah. So there's if you go to ARTmageddonLA.com, there's lots of different things and tools that you can grab and share. There's the call for participation, which you could blast out. We'll also have like little digital JPEG flyers that you can grab and post on your Facebook page. Or print a copy out and put it on the wall and share it with your fellow employees, because they're going to be looking for stuff to do that weekend. And as you can see from our dynamic Google map, there is a ton out there.
Yeah. And so again, this Wednesday I'll be interviewing at least one ARTmageddon participant, maybe two. We're still scheduling. The first one will be at 9 a.m. And if you
Awesome.
subscribe to this channel, then you will be able to hear from Sally from new short fiction series.
Oh,
Which
great.
happens monthly at the Federal Bar. Um, and then maybe another one at 10. And then if you're an ARTmageddon participant at 7 o'clock that night, Diana and I will be back with our social media intern, Felicity Fee Doyle, who is going to help us just kind of put all of this information about how to best market and how to best reach out to your neighbors in one
Yeah.
place. A little tutorial, so that'll be fun. um, Anything else? Is there what do you think you're most excited to see out of this weekend?
I'm excited to see something that is almost like invisible, which is the ripple effect of this idea that we're pushing out there of less car, more art, and inviting people to walk, bike, and metro to art near them. And also inviting these institutions and arts organizations and artists to open their doors and actually invite their neighbors in. I think that right there is what I'm most looking forward to. It's been incredible watching everybody come together to work together, because it's really, if it was just me standing on a corner going like, hey, go see a local art, it's not as effective as what's going on right now, which is everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. And like you said, from the media to huge institutions like the Hammer and LACMA and even Center Theater Group, to the small institutions, different galleries over at Bergamont Station, random theaters in Silver Lake. It's pretty incredible watching us all come together and say, go see art.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, and this will also be on the ARTmageddonLA YouTube very soon. But again, you can check out ARTmageddonLA.com, Facebook ARTmageddonLA, and Twitter at ARTmageddonLA. September 29th to 30th, go see Walk, Bike, or Metro to your local art and find out what's really within distance. Thank you, Diana, and hopefully we will see you all soon.